Good evening, everyone. This is Sunday night, and welcome to TMA with the boys. I'm joined by Mr. Beggars.
Good evening, everyone.
A young man. He is a young man. We were still a young man. Don't put him in a free kick wall. Danny Iron will be here very shortly. Right. Okay. So obvious topics we'll be talking about: Spurs and Reading. We'll get on to Reading as well as soon as obviously Danny turned up to the game, so he'll probably give us more of an opinion than we can. So we'll get him on as well. So he'll be joining us in about 10-15 minutes. We'll shout a load of other stuff. Okay, great win for the ladies as well. So we'll give them out a shout as well. Let you a bit more information about Callie and Barnes and their night as well. Just remember that the Vic. The Tales from the Vic is on tonight. Unfortunately, apparently, old Hesse couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
For family reasons. Yeah. But hopefully all's well with Hesse's family. So big shout out to Hesse's family there as well. So let's get on to a nice win. Once again, 4 wins out of 4. I'm going to let you guys start doing the talking. I'll add my little piece as well. But who would have thought that we'd win 2 in a row, let alone 4 in a row, so quickly?
I think I had it for 5 points, didn't I?
5 points. Yeah.
No, I thought it was a brave performance. When for an hour we were chasing shadows for me. We weren't close enough. We let Trippier have way too much space, and even to the 90th minute we let him have way too much space to put crosses in, and leaving Kane not free but for a run up and a header, against United. Unfortunately, he put that one in, but
yeah.
It was a gutsy performance for me. It wasn't brilliant, was it? But how can we complain? It's 3 good points.
Well, that's what you need, a gutsy performance from time to time. And that's what gets you into Europe.
Yeah, that's where we could, like you said, Europe, we could get there with performances like that. I will say something about Decore, though. He was good, but me and Paul were talking about it. We don't hate Holbass because we didn't even give him man of the match last time. But me and Paul were saying if that was Holbass, probably all of us would have slaughtered him for that. And as it's Decore, we're probably a bit quiet. I'm not saying he had a bad game, but on another day that could have cost us.
Yeah. I mean, apart from that, he was faultless, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Apart from that little sleep apnea, as I would call it.
He was unlucky, but again, you could blame Foster as well. What was he doing? Yeah. He's a good keeper. He's come out and then stopped. We've said it all the time, even at our level. If you're coming for it, go through your bloke. Don't we? How many times are we saying, go through it, don't stop. Yeah, just take his head off if you have to. I'm getting the ball out my way, but I think Cab's called for it, didn't he?
I think there was a call, but
it looked like it because Ben stopped.
I tell you what, I headed by Daskart.
Yeah,
what a goal.
And Deeney, both of them were.
Yeah,
I think
well taken goal.
Deeney's one in, didn't he? Was it Holbass that whipped it in?
I think he did whip it in again.
Yeah, great ball.
He was going for that top corner again, wasn't he?
I don't get
that rascal. And even his top corner goals, But
for an hour, it's too much respect to Spurs. To be fair, I think they showed us because they changed their formation.
They sat back a lot of the time. I tell you what, we sat back and let them play. But I tell you what, I was looking at them going, this is not the Spurs I expected to see us play. But I'll tell you what, that is all down to us.
Yeah, a
lot of it was all down to us trying to press them. I know there was always a danger of, you sit back a bit. Like but I'll tell you,
with Watford, I do think that Watford's strength is their attack. They are best when they are attacking teams and not sitting back. And you saw that last season. They were at their best when they were getting at teams. It's when they're being defensive and trying to grind at you, when they're kind of trying to see a game out or just trying to sneak a 1-0 where they come unstuck.
Yeah.
But if you get at teams, and Spurs being an example, you can get results in the Premiership these days with any team.
That's pretty spot on, Beggars. I mean, we're 2 weeks' time, we're looking forward to seeing you boys.
He's got as confident as we are. How's that?
4 wins in a row. I remember what that used to feel like as a United fan.
Yes. Alan, evening from the Palace Theatre. We're transmitting all the way from the Palace to the Palace Theatre, so the Palace Theatre.
I thought Pereira was quiet, but he done a lot of hard work instead of the skill, didn't he?
I mean, you can never, and I said this I posted on the forum about how shocking the goal was for the city. Tell you what, you can never ever, it's a great result, Martin. Completely agree, mate. Fantastic. Yeah, 4 out of 4 Champions League. Here we come, mate. I'm not a deluded copyright fan. Yeah, Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Galatasaray. We might even get Man United or group next to
It's going to be lucky.
mid-table for them. But no, you could never question their, their commitment, their effort. Especially, I mean, we saw this last 3 seasons, but I mean, Gracia. We said last week, didn't we? And Moobs touched upon it. He's had 6 months of looking at this team and saying, right, this is what I need to do with them. This is what I can imprint. Like Beggar said before we went on, he says, it's more chance if you don't either get rid of your manager or you keep this cohesion and this work rate up.
Yeah.
Not cohesion, I'm using big words now. It's a podcast, it's big words. But this work rate up.
Yeah.
We can see us being a Burnley. I can easily see us being a Burnley.
Yeah,
and
or even Leicester, someone said in a different way,
Look, it's happened before. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. It's happened before, but Burnley got to 7th. I tell you what, big shout out to Colin Beasley, because this is one of Beasley's. This is one of his shout outs. So he would rather not get into Europe than get into the Europa League, because of what's happened at Burnley.
Yeah,
it's the only thing. I tell you what, I'd love to do it. Yeah, I'd love to have the option and get in there anyway and see if it would happen. But you can take the example.
But I think we got a better squad than Burnley, though.
I do think we
Look
have.
at that squad we had as Reading. That squad's good enough to play in the Premiership. Maybe not win as many, but I reckon even that squad could just about stay in the Premier League.
With Leicester as well, a few years ago, one of the things with them was they didn't get carried away with the hype that started to surround them. They just took it each game as it came. And we're very professional throughout, and that's what Watford need to do. Just keep focusing on the next game, and just tick each one off, and you win those, and that's how you stay up there and have a chance of getting into Europe. Or
I completely agree, mate.
I've got to give a shout out to Success, because he was absolutely fantastic when he come
hungry,
on.
didn't he?
Dear,
so
dear. I wouldn't say Gray be worried, but God, he's giving Gracia a headache. Success.
We can play him on the wing. We can play Success on the wing if we wanted to.
Dear,
really. The thing is, though, we've got to let, no matter if it fails or not, and it's not failing at the moment, if it fails or not, let Gray and Deany have at least another 10 games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really bed them in for 10, 15 games. Really bed them in. And Taylor's already seen Danny. Danny is in the house, and Taylor's let us know. Right, Jeff's Martin, evening. Alan, evening. Jeff, good evening. Or good morning, in fact, from Jeff. He's all the way from California. Great win today. California dreaming. It's Mr. Eon.
Oh, mate, boys.
Fucking underfish.
It's shocking.
I was enjoying it. I was enjoying the celebrations.
Right, okay. We'll talk Reading as well. We're talking, obviously, the nice little win we had today against some team from North London. Go on, mate. You were live there, so.
Well, to be honest, first half, I thought we were running luck a little bit, similar to last week, really. Running luck a bit. They probably should have winning. Yep. Funny enough, it was the own goal since the own goal, we were a much better team. It kind of spurred us on a bit, and then especially meant Troy Deeney as well. I think you see the fire in his belly. He was getting really angry. And when that moment by the corner, I think the one where it should have been our throw but wasn't. Yeah. You could see the anger in Deeney's face, and he was just seemed really angry. And then a couple of minutes later, he scores the equaliser, and then. You
see the physique of the man this season compared to 2 seasons ago. He bloated out too much with his muscles.
Rugby player.
Yeah.
he went too big. I mean, now he's just leaner. He's done. He's done more cardio. Blatantly done more cardio with that. But what a difference he's been.
Oh, amazing.
We've just said give them no matter if it fails or not. You've got to give them at least 10 more games of Gray up front. Really bed it in. Just get that understanding. I mean, Gray's already said that. He said on Sky Sports that he said the understandings, the telepathic understandings, getting there now already. They're enjoying it.
I mean, you touched upon something earlier before you came on about the players wanting to play for the manager. They look like they're enjoying themselves.
They all look like they're enjoying playing for Gracia. Just credit to Gracia, really.
And a good success look when he came on. Jesus.
I was saying on the. Syringe from Syringe. They're all from Syringe.
Right, sweets for all. Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down there. Diabetes, a promise.
I was saying on my fan cam earlier on. I was mentioning, they asked me how to grade it, and I said it probably was his best performance, and Success probably did better than
that game. Yeah.
Today, Success probably did more than great today, which is a bit may sound harsh. But it's opinions, isn't it? And I thought Sept did have a better game than Gray today.
Yeah, and also we could play. We could still put Dean and Gray up front and play Grant. Put Dean and Gray up front and put Success on the wing if we need to.
Exactly.
Because he can still be utilised as a forward, not a striker. Which is 3 for 4. So no, it's great. Shalavar getting you said 78 minutes on.
Back, yeah.
I mean, you got more of an opinion about Reading than we have. We only saw highlights.
Shalavar, you can see him. He lacks that fitness and stuff. Oh, yeah. Obviously, I know he had a little cameo against United last season, but you can see he's still lacking. The sharpness and that, but he's still got the quality. Even if he's still got the quality on the ball. And again, I said to Jacob on Reading, don't rush him in straight away. Just ease him in slowly. He had a really bad injury, so don't rush it. Keep him on the bench for a few games, and then if Kapil or something gets injured, then ease him in. But it's a great headache to have, isn't it? Still got Delafay to come back. Still got Cleverly to come back. Still got Chalobah, to get more games.
So Navarro, his name.
Navarro, yeah. Kiko hasn't played a lot this season, so it's a headache, but it's a great headache to have.
Look at we've still got 2 fullbacks biting their tongues, waiting biting their tongues, shall we say, waiting to come on. I mean, they're class. I tell you what, Navarro. I said this when we signed him. The guy's class. You wait until he comes on. I've seen games when he was playing in Spain. This guy is. I mean, Yamat's going to have hard trying to get. And Yamat's been playing really well. I'll give him a 2. Very, very well. But I tell you what, if he one little slip, Navarro will not. You won't see him for dead. I'll tell you.
I think Javi seems to want to play Kiko on the wing now because he's.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, he can play wing. Obviously, he can play right as well. I think Javi's using him more as a wing. He used him on the wing on Wednesday. He had Navarro on the right back, and then he used Kiko in front of him, which did work quite well.
How did Wilmot and that West Ham lad play? Because apparently they both played well. They both played well.
I know it's easy to say against Reading, so they're a poor side, but they couldn't touch it.
You still got to step up and prove yourself.
Wilmot, I thought obviously Keena took the credits for the goal, but I thought Wilmot was outstanding. So he started off in the midfield, and then he got drafted back in defence. It shows he's such a man. He's got so much versatility.
I've got 3 Spurs fans working with me. I've got a diehard season ticket holder working with me. The 2 of them. I've got about 4 or 5 Arsenal fans. The Conor McGregor walk for 2 weeks straight. Every single day there's going to be a Conor McGregor walk in there. We were just debating what sort of Champions League we're going to get next season.
All the lads that were singing "We're all going to Kazakhstan next year." I was like, "Stop Kazakhstan, we're going to Barcelona next year."
It's nice though.
Yeah.
I've got to give it. It was nice to see us defend corners today. Oh, it's like 7 or 8. They're going to score it.
Tottenham have got some tall players, and we.
I did say to my Tottenham fans, I sent a couple of pictures through Messenger with Borat going a Champions League spot. You can have this.
No, it's just Tottenham coming again. They were so arrogant. All their fans were really arrogant, saying, "Oh, we're gonna beat you and stuff." Cool. But
well, look like Alan's saying, all this without Delafay. It'd be interesting to see what impact he has.
Yeah.
I mean, this is with that. Supposed to be our magician. I mean, I say Pereira's, but
yeah. Delafay was like the marquee signing in the summer, effectively. I know we had him on loan last season, but he was the one, which all us fans wanted to sign.
Well, it's a bit like, my one last season was Cleverly, marquee signing I want to see, because I knew what quality, how Cleverly, when you play him in the right position. Yeah. Because it wasn't too bad at United.
When he went to Everton, they were playing him on left midfield, and he's clearly not a left midfielder.
Well, left as a free winner, but that was just Martinez.
Well, Ferguson likes him. Ferguson put him in the team.
Because don't forget, he's played a few games for England. That was when he was at United. So when he was at United, must have been something right to have. He's probably got 20 caps for England.
I mean, we've got a United fan here who saw it firsthand every single game. I mean, the 2 or 3 times I went up to see that team, even I can't say it's a dirty word at the moment. When I went to see the Merseyside Blue, shall I say, Cleverly always used to be played on the left. And we looked at him, and even my father-in-law looked at him and just went, "This is not right." He's a centre midfielder. Even I said that. He's a centre midfielder. In between the times I said, and I'll keep saying it, in between the times I said you should sign Will Hughes. When we were up there, I love saying that, because
when Cleverly's first spell at Watford, we saw how good he was. Okay, it's a championship, different.
We saw how quality Henry Lansbury was.
Yeah, that season, yeah, we had Henry Lansbury as well. We had players, but Cleverly was probably the other ones, and obviously then he's gone on did okay at United, and he went to Aston Villa. I think he went to Everton. And he obviously come back, and the injuries.
Well, shall we just say Fozzie and Cleverly have come home?
Yeah, they've come home.
Sorry, mate, but they've come home.
And Chalobah's come home.
Bigger team. Champions League contenders. He's going to get this until about 8:45 when he goes. So,
yeah, lucky tag, right?
Yeah.
I've got to give to Cavaselli, because I thought he was my match at the back today.
Kafka and Cavaselli.
Yeah,
enjoyed
brilliant,
that.
absolutely.
Harry Kane was invisible today. Absolutely invisible.
Well, he went missing last. To be fair, he went missing. Him and Ali last season. I said on WDA10.
1-1 draw, yeah.
Yeah, the Watford fans channel. Like, share, and subscribe. We said they were non-existent. They did this. They did a John Cena, and you couldn't see him.
Well, these Spurs players, as big as the media like to hype them up as, when it actually comes to like Champions League matches, or it comes to the crunch end of the league season, they disappear. A lot of them.
Let's get right. We were all, because most of the squad played for England in the World Cup, so we were all praising them in the summer.
Of course,
yeah.
Deservedly so.
Deservedly so. They did bits for England in the summer, but obviously. We don't. When they put on a Tottenham shirt, we can say what we want about them. But
Paul reckons you're eating sweets.
Yeah,
I don't know where he got that from.
Oh, geez.
No, I'm not eating sweets. I'm not eating sweets at all. I'm just going to take one.
Yeah, we eat sweets from Sweets for All Unit 5 New Watford Market. So get down there.
All right. Yeah, but like I said, for an hour we were chasing goals.
We were chasing the game, yeah.
It was like, Jesus Christ, come on, boys, closer. I know they're good, but you're giving Trippier 10 seconds to put a good ball in, and
you know what
do
you
it
do
every time.
I mean, from the outside, how do you view the comparisons between United start and Watford start? From, like I say, from a United perspective.
It's down to expectations, isn't it? United expect to win every game, don't they?
Well, there is that. There is a very high expectation at United, and given the resources that United have in comparison to, say, and I mean, I know you've got owners who are now splashing the cash at Watford, but when you consider, say, Vicarage Road holds how many?
22,000.
22,000, but Old Trafford's about 75,000 and things like that. But the Watford side, in comparison, has got some. It's got characters in it, and you've got players who look like they're enjoying themselves and play with no fear. The United players, a lot of them, don't look like they're enjoying themselves. They some of them.
Is that down to the manager, do you think?
I think maybe partly. I think, but some of them have been there and before Marie's there, and some of them are simply just not good enough. Based on the United standards, certainly in the past, you're not going to win the league with Phil Jones and Chris Smalling.
You're a fan.
I'm not convinced by. I'm still not convinced by Paul Pogba. I know he does have a lot of fans out there, but for United, he's been awful for 2 seasons, and he. Flatters to deceive a lot.
He's a poor man's Decore, to be honest. But
yes, but they've got there's a few players. Unlike you mentioned Deeney earlier on, how he got angry when they went down. There isn't anybody in the United team at the moment that does that. We had players like that in the past, people like Keane, Brian Robson, Steve Bruce,
Warriors, weren't they?
Cantona. We don't have players like that in the current United team. So there's a lack of character in the United squad at the moment, which needs addressing. Also, I would say with Watford at the moment, you know that the manager, the owner's given the cash and letting him get players that he wants to get. With United, there seems to be a bit of a power war going on between Mourinho, between Ed Woodward, who I think is very good at doing sponsorship deals, but he has no footballing knowledge. He's awful at trying to get players in.
And that's where the difference in Pozzo is. Pozzo, they've been around football, for years. They're a lot of owners, like you take the Man City owners, okay, they're a very rich club, but do they know really football? Or they care about smashing the cash, going and spending on? But Pozzo's, they're a football family. Like, they've owned Udinese since the 1980s.
Yeah.
And like they won't go and spend 30, 40 million on the player. That they'll probably get 2 or 3 players worth 40 million. And there'll be players, you're not really heard of, to be honest. Delafay, maybe even players like that, the exception, but most they've got a big South American scouting network. That's their main part is South America. And players have they had Sanchez at Udinese, players like Cuadrado and Penaranda, we haven't seen yet. So,
but you've also, you mentioned Tom Cleverley. My memory of him certainly under Ferguson, I mean, okay, it didn't work out when Moyes was there, but you can say that about a lot of United players under but he always worked hard. He had a good work ethic, and United could do with that at the moment. So I think probably Matic is probably one. Matt is probably another one who he's not the quickest, but he does when he does play, he does put in the.
Who would worry you in 2 weeks' time for United? Who do you think? Who are the players from Watford that are really going to cause United problems?
Similar to what I said at the end of last season, it depends on who he puts in that back four. I think he certainly needs to play Bailly, because I think with Troy Deeney, his physicality as a player and his height, I don't think Lindelof, and Chris Smalling will be able to cope with him, or your other striker for that matter. Right. But depending on the strikers, I think, could cause that United defence problems. I also, depending on which midfield he picks, because I was impressed with the Watford midfield at the end of last season at Old Trafford. When they attacked United in the midfield, they did overrun the United midfield.
That classic counter-attacking that Silva employed in the start of the season.
So.
The snake, but what that was the trains that Gracia tried to take on, and now we've added a little. Okay, there's a couple of times we fell asleep, but we looked more organised under Gracia than we did under Silva.
Yeah,
we were scoring. We were looking the ethos of attacking these teams, and rather as long as the ball's up their end, we'll score goals. We'll score more than them. With Gracia, there's a bit more discipline.
A lot more discipline.
Yeah, there's one or two moments, but every team gets it when you fall asleep. But we are there. Yeah, it's much more organised.
So given United's frailties at the back at the moment, for your strikers and you attacking midfielders, I think, or you go at Smalling and if Phil Jones comes back into the side, then we're in trouble.
Your best player, your favourite player of all time.
But Lindelof is short on confidence at the moment. The problem with Lindelof is he needs to be being put. I know we won today, but ideally he needs to be next to. You need a character next to him, somebody like a Steve Bruce, a Vidic, a Yapstam, somebody that players United had in the past to give him some confidence and to help him. And he looks just completely shot on confidence. Whatever his ability, he's just shot on confidence. Jones and Smalling make the same mistakes year in, year out. They give people too much time and space on the ball. Yeah. Their positioning is all over the place.
Apart from that, they're quite decent players, aren't they?
They've got no footballing brain, but
Martin Lawson saying, I personally would like to see success from the beginning, roughing up United's back four.
A couple of lads said that, because success, he does look a changed player.
You were really impressed with him.
He looks
hungry, looks fit.
He does look a lot of power. Knowing because what he did wasn't good. We don't, it's not going into detail, but what he did, he should have done. Obviously, he's gone out on loan. He probably did okay at Malaga. Obviously, he's come back. And now he wants to prove himself, because I think he knows now it's now or never really at Watford. He's got to prove himself, and fair play to him. He's taking his chances. So.
Well, remember when he said on Sky Sports, he put his hands up, said, "Look, I've done wrong. Yeah. Everyone deserves a second chance. This is my moment. I'm going to seize it." Basically, well, he didn't say that was. We pretty much said that, didn't he?
To be fair to Gray, I would play him next game. He worked. I know success did more than him, but I would keep this going. Success as an impact.
The thing with Gray, he's making so many good runs. He's not always getting the ball, but he drags the defenders out with his pace and stuff.
Work rate, working down, chasing down.
He's got brilliant work rate for Gray, but
I'd leave it.
Yeah, I mean, as a striker, obviously strikers get just on goals, doesn't he? But he's starting off the season really well. But we'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't bring success in just yet.
He looked good headache though, isn't it?
It's a great headache, a place like that. So.
Eden Mick, super Darren Grimley's on as well, and Mr. 1881 himself, Roy Moore's on as well. So
I was saying to Paul, Danny, about if that was Holbass, the goal Decore scored, we would be slaughtering him. I know, I really blame Foster more, because Foster should have just smashed into your defender, get out the bloody way, punch it or catch it, don't stop. Even if he's called for it, you've made your mind.
I was livid. I completely agree. I'll get back on that in 2 seconds, mate. So I completely agree with that. Tell you what really annoys me, you see it in every game now. You're not allowed to barges him. The Corey had one where he perfectly legal barge.
Oh yeah.
Barged him off the
Give him a
ball.
foul.
They say because you didn't get the ball. You did because you barged him without being malicious.
Yeah.
You just
It was
barged
He
him.
didn't go like that, did he? It was shoulder to shoulder.
Feel like that.
Because the Corey strip, who was it?
Ericsson.
Ericsson won it. The Corey's obviously he's strong. He was like, get out of the way. He wasn't like malicious. Like
Ericsson slipped.
He just slipped. The Corey's went, get out of the way, and then foul up. That's
I
not
knew
foul,
the
is it?
ref would give it. I think we all did.
Yeah, he didn't get the ball, but he most certainly didn't intend on.
That ref was a bit poor for me at
Well,
times.
he was just biased, I mean.
He was, wasn't he? There was a lot with that.
I think Cathcart is a lovely, lovely man.
Oh, great. When we got that second,
Whoa,
I'm like, bloody hell, at least we get a point. I want the win, but at least we get a point. Hang on, brilliant.
well, as soon as we scored, I went, okay, yeah, no, that's what I thought first before we actually did
Yeah.
this. But no, in back of my mind, there's always something, you know, there's always that doubt. But today, when we went 1-1, I went, brilliant, okay, we'll get a draw, fair enough. But then I was watching going,
It was all
we're going to get a second
momentum.
goal. We're going to get a goal. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I didn't think it was deluded. I actually, back in my mind, usually I sort of think, I think we're going to concede it. I know we play really well, but something's over. But today I thought we're going to score now.
Oh, it's like I said, last half hour. It was
Big
us.
part of that, Troy Deeney basically got the players and grabbed them at the arse. Like, come on, lads.
I saw a couple of them where he'd win them and just barge his
Yeah.
players off the ball and let the ball go. And his hold-up play, leading the line. I tell you, it was one of the best games I've seen him in.
Yeah.
That's
Ages run.
That's what got him going, was that big shoulder barge, and the one he put the ball in, it was near home.
Yeah.
Weren't it?
There was
That's
a
what
couple
got him
where he
going.
just nice and simple
Yes.
across balls. Like he'd win the ball and just play a nice simple ball.
God,
You know.
he looks so fit, don't he?
Well, like you said,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
we said when
Yeah,
you
like you said, I think the first game in Walter Mazzari, Southampton away game, he just looked fat.
Yeah,
He just looked fat. I was like, Dean, what have you been doing? Because I spoke to him at the Graham Taylor game, like, we got there early, me and Becky, and obviously we walked down to the bottom of the John stand, and obviously Dean was out there just wandering around. Dean's come over. We didn't tend to go over, he's literally, because he knows us quite well. So Dean's just obviously come over, and we just having a chat with him. We were just asking him, what have you been doing over summer? He was like, he's been in the gym every day. He was in the gym, and it's clear, it's
And
clearly
it
paying
depends
off.
what he did in the gym, because as well, you can see what he was doing in the gym. It's more of he's done a certain training regime, because thing is, though, when we saw him at Arsenal that Grassier season, 2 seasons ago, he looked just fat. But it wasn't like Akinfenwa fat, where he's got more flab than his muscle, but he's trying to build up. He was slow, but thing is that he was going in. He said, "I've hit the gym now," but he obviously did too many weights.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do enough cardio. You could see it was too much.
Yeah.
I mean, you see him now, 6-pack.
Yeah. He's
Slim.
fit and he's ripped.
He's ripped. He's slim as well. He's got muscle.
He's got the right balance, I think.
Yeah.
He's
the
got
right
football
balance.
physique.
Yeah.
He's got
He's
a
got
professional
the- yeah.
football physique, isn't he?
I think success is quite big as well. Success he's ripped as well.
But
Success.
he was ripped even when, like, say, he was like a Deanie size, where he looked like, not fat, but when they say he looked fat, when actually, I guarantee if he went like that, he'd be like that. It'd be bulging out. It was just the way they've done it. Obviously, like I say, he looks leaner because he's done more cardio. And it's paying off. It's brilliant.
Paying off big time.
He's obviously taken the lessons from the last 2 seasons and said, look, my training regime in between my own training regime is completely wrong. I'll shake it up. He's obviously got some with him saying, look, this is what you need to do to get to this level. And the thing is, though, he's not getting any younger. That's what he said when he turned 30 on his Twitter. He said, it goes downhill from here, you know, and you have to train harder and harder to keep your physique up to keep with
the problem with Rooney. There's bigger players. As he got older and he put on more weight, as he got older, the turnaround time when he picks up injuries was getting longer and longer. And Rooney was somebody who always needed a few games to get back to the level he was at before he picked up injuries.
Yeah,
and I think his physique didn't do him any hasn't done him any favours, both not just at United but also at Everton as well.
Yeah,
when he was there last season.
Gary's just Mr. Gary Irons. Just hello to Gary. Hello, Gary. I'll tell you what, Roy. I think I'll definitely give Roy the credit for saying this, but we were saying a little bit when people were saying last season about Gray, when they were saying, "Oh, he's not scoring goals." Yeah, but he makes up room for other people. And he's hit the nail on the head. Roy, Mr. Moore said this as well. That Gray is excellent at creating space. Success, not so much so. That's probably
he's sort of different success, isn't he? To Gray, he sort of goes to the line where Gray's more centre.
If you can add that to his game,
where you said success as a winger would probably suit him more because Gray's more in the centre.
Success is naturally a winger, isn't it?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, like I said, modern days a forward. Like
Yeah.
20 years ago, you said forward would be like a Kevin Phillips back in those days. A forward now is a winger.
Yeah,
I say, a winger, isn't it?
Gray more, like I said, more in the centre. Daddy wants to be in the middle for me.
Yeah,
Success wants to get the ball as much.
But like we said, Deeney's record, he's got either Fessy, Vidra, or Gigi up front. He's always been a better goal scoring record than when he played up on top on his own. The last 2 seasons it's been poor because he needs someone there, and Gray's the same. And look what's happening now. They're all scoring goals. Yeah.
Do you reckon Capoue should be worried now? Shalaver's
I think so. Capoue up until now, he's been Capoue was slightly off the pace today, but every time he plays against Tottenham, he's always a little bit off the pace. But you know, it wasn't his worst game. He did okay, but I think Capoue now Chalaver's getting back fit. I think
he'd be the one swapping.
It's only a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Because it does on his toes.
What about when Denafay's fit again? Would you pull Hughes out, or would you?
Of course. Hughes today was a bit quiet.
It was a bit quiet.
Good player. I
see Hughes. You know, I don't like him on the wing. Okay, he's done okay, but he's centre attacking mid. You know, he played so well there when he has played.
As long as we stick 2 up front, I don't care what defensive formation we do. We can have 3 up. We play 3 at the back, because you can still play 3 at the back and have like
3-5-2 or something.
3-5-2, or 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Oh no, 3. Yeah, 3. Yeah, no, we do 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Because you can play Firmino, or even Yama can play that role. Kiko or Firmino can play that.
Then all these, it's a good headache to having all these options, all these players come back.
Yeah, because you can't really agree on anything.
Rojo weren't even on the bench. He's still a good defender. It's not the best we've got, obviously, but it's a good one.
It's just a shame Cabal has just got legs like rubber bands. And, you know, there's just because I mean he's a solid defender.
Legs are going on him, aren't they?
Yeah.
He'd be a good championship player or League One now, Cabal.
Yeah.
He ain't crap. He's just.
How about those, mate?
Yeah.
Right,
guys, just remember we're sponsored by Sweets for All, Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down to Lord Seren. He was actually on Sky Sports as well.
He was, yeah.
Yes, he was famous. So get down, get his autograph, get diabetes, and he does a lot of that as well. He does a lot of work for the air ambulance as well. So if you put your money into Sweets for All, you put your money into that charity as well. So you're doing a bit for charity. Also, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans channel. Like, share, and subscribe to get the latest pre-match and post-match fan reviews.
Out for the fan cams today.
And the fan clubs, and they've got podcasts. They're doing podcasts. God knows how much. I mean, what else can Jacob and Robin do? So get over to YouTube, like, share, and subscribe with the WD18 boys. So yeah, and Chris Hanchett is on as well. So hopefully it's little girl, little girl's doing all right, mate. So big shout out
to me. That performance today shows we're used to the Premier League, and we could maybe get a Europa spot with that sort of performance.
It was gutsy, wasn't it?
For an hour we weren't in the game. In my eyes, we weren't in the game.
No, it wasn't in the game.
A bit of hanging on, and then
until the own goal. We won in the
game. 7th spot. Well, United's 6th spot. No, but that 7th spot is up for grabs. If you look at it, United will be in the top 6 with Man City and all the big clubs. Say for argument's sake, that 7th spot is ours for the taking.
Yeah, it is.
And then bonus for anything else.
Well, I mean, last year they were up there for quite a while.
Watford, start season, but it's the same every season. Watford, we get to sort of
Christmas.
we get to about 34, 35 points.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
You know, we want to get to the 40-point mark. We get to about December, we're on about 34, 35, and it takes us near enough to the end of the season to get to 40 points.
Yeah.
So.
How lovely would it be if we can get to Christmas top 6 or already safe and in the semi-final?
But then you have to worry. When you have to worry, the players might start to relax a little bit.
You bring in that next 11 that played ready.
Deany can sit them down and say, "Look, we had this a couple of seasons ago. We got to this semi-final of the cup.
Yeah.
We had this before. Let's learn from this and let's not do the cock-ups we did under Kike." But I think Gracia,
he won't let him do it. I think he's got the different mentality, hasn't he?
But if not, you bring that team that played Reading and go, if you ain't doing enough, I've got another 11 that can play in this bloody league.
One hell of a second 11, wasn't it?
It's Reading, God.
That would give a few Premiership teams.
Yeah.
I love to see Keane. I'll tell you what, West Ham fans are absolutely up in arms with this. They said because it was originally $1 million rising. Apparently it's a standoff $1 million. And it rises to 4, I think.
Before he comes to us, he was linked with Barcelona, wasn't he? He was on the verge.
Really?
He was on the verge of joining Barcelona. He was on Sky Sports, like Barcelona closing in on young West Ham player, and then And then obviously we was already seeing that about we didn't sign the plan deadline day, and then Adam Leventhal tweeted saying Watford closing in on the signing, and then it was Queen, and I was like, swear he was linked with Barcelona not so long ago.
Well, Chris is saying, what a day, boys. Shame I couldn't celebrate in Watford gone to Sid Cup. There's always one per Watford. Chris Hanchin.
Oh, because he was there today, Chris. He was at the game today.
He said, I've gone to Sid Cup.
No, he was at the game today. He was messaging me, but
I couldn't celebrate in Watford.
I couldn't celebrate in Watford.
No. He went to Sid Cup. Gents, do we hear anything to Claudio Ranieri?
He was
Yeah,
two games
he's our
in a row.
next manager, mate.
Yeah.
He is. He's been to 2 games in a row now.
I'm guessing he's just good friends with Gino, isn't he? I'm guessing, but
Next manager.
The big director of football, then some fallout, and then no, because we want to win the league, so keep crashing.
Don't forget to see Elton John there.
Yeah, Elton John. Good
I
to
was
see Elton
worried
John.
when he's there because we don't really win when he watches.
No.
So that was like you at Hemel for years,
No.
and we turned up to all the local derbies. Hemel Burko, we'd stopped taking him because it ended up inside
really doing
player
well.
routes. Then he ended up having to almost fight with the players, me and a couple of others, because he turned up and said, right, do not bring him next time, and then we end up winning.
We lost to Burko, didn't you? And they were in bottom of the second next league.
Four in a row when you turn up. Every time we turn up, we seem to lose to Burko, but there you go. Right, he knows where great football is being played. That's the only reason why he was there, basically. That's what official for Mick. But how pleasing, as regards Reading, how pleasing was it that, like I say, we said before, Shalabar getting his minutes, but all the other players waiting in the wings have basically embraced it.
You can still make 11 changes and still have that, keep the momentum going. Because I was worried, because I was hoping he wasn't going to make too many changes, but then when I saw he did, I thought, it's going to be, probably another loss again. But credit to the players, the fringe players, if you like, they stepped up, and it was so comfortable that game.
Apparently, said good for Reading.
Yeah, we were too good for Reading. Okay, Reading made changes well, but it was so comfortable. Like it was just we took the piss in the end. I think it was that comfortable. So
who do you think back to United? Who do you think will worry us?
I know, despite the miss, I think having scored 2 goals today, I think Lukaku can be a handful.
Handful.
Obviously, he's got that physique about him. He's a tough player.
Yeah.
So probably Lukaku.
Rashford could be suspended, wouldn't he?
Rashford will be suspended. That will be
I'm more worried about Rashford. Actually,
straight
place.
red.
Straight red, yes, 3 games.
What did he do? Was it Norway?
Yeah. Head to head with.
Oh, really? Cool.
Richarlison.
Yeah, Richarlison. Yeah, we've been watching Ricky.
One player I just can't understand why he doesn't play regularly is Martial. I don't understand why. Martial, I think the Tottenham side would be there. If Man City even maybe he might play.
That face says a million words.
He's fan.
You don't like Martial?
I'm a Phil Jones fan.
I don't like his attitude. I think he's got a lot of potential. The sad thing is his attitude stinks.
I just think he's quality.
He started off well under Van Gaal, and then his form dipped while Van Gaal was still there, and it's never really come back. He clearly doesn't get on with the manager. So you now have although supposedly the chairman likes him, so it's right. We either back the chairman or you back the player. Sorry, you back the manager or you back the player. One has to go.
He looks a bit of a sulker for me. He don't look like one of them that are going to put his socks off.
He doesn't work hard for the team when things are not going his way. The difference between him and Rashford, which is why I think Mourinho preferred Rashford, is if he loses the ball, Rashford is he will put in a shift and he will trap back. Martial's head just drops and he just has a soul. He throws his hands up in the air if something doesn't go his way. So
on his day, I think he is an absolute handful.
On his day, if things are going right and then you play him either in the centre or on the right, then he can be dangerous. But his attitude lets him down, and also for some reason he gets shift with United. They keep putting him out on the left, and he's a right-footed player. So the other decent teams will just try and shift him out to his left.
He hasn't got a left foot.
Yeah. He always cuts in on his right foot when he gets put out on the left. So. The simple reason why he doesn't play, though, is he doesn't get on with the manager. The manager doesn't fancy him.
Do you think Mourinho will be there by Christmas? I don't think he will. I think he'll be great.
It's a good question.
Silva will take over.
Yeah, paper talk about him taking over Mourinho. That would just make that would be brilliant.
I think if he keeps, if Mourinho keeps up the spat with Ed Woodward, then he'll be gone. I just would like to see United go out and actually just put in a shift, have some guts in the performance, and go back to playing attacking football like we used to do.
Do you think it will start at Watford though? Because you look at the contrast between teams. There's one in turmoil. Jason, hello from Slovakia, to Slovakia, mate. Hope you're having a lovely time, mate. Right, yeah. Compared to the two, one's in crisis, one's absolutely flying.
Well, we've lost 2 games, but it is 4 games into the season, so I wouldn't use the word crisis just yet. But in terms, again with United, it depends. With the Watford game, it depends which United turn up. I mean, if it's like today, the United of the first half today, or the United of the first half against Spurs, then we could beat you.
Yeah.
But if it's like the United of, it's like the Brighton game, or like the second half against Spurs, or like, well, the second half wasn't great from us this afternoon. Yeah. The game was over at half time, but you know, you have Pogba missing a penalty and you have Rashford getting sent off. If you put in that type of a performance, then it'll be like a couple of seasons ago where you beat us 3-1. So it really does depend on which United turns up, and also, as I said, it depends on what back four. I really think it comes down to what back four Mourinho picks.
Because another field day.
Because
Randy Smalling playing another field day.
Yeah, but your team has some characters, and the players look, like I said, they look like they're enjoying themselves. So I think with Watford, if Watford go out and attack United and get stuck in, then Watford could beat United. I think the mistake for Watford would be if they think, United of old and play defensively. When Watford play defensively, that's when they're weak. Well, when they go out and attack, they're brilliant.
A lot of the times we lost last season is when we sat back.
Deep, yeah, we lost losing games like take the Burnley game last season at home, winning 1-0, and then we sat back. And then
they was guilty of doing it against Man City when we got absolutely spanked. I know they were brilliant.
Saying that game, we didn't play that bad. It was just like you said, because we sat back so deep. We played right into their hands.
We tried to counter attack.
And if we played our normal game, we probably would still have lost, but it wouldn't have been an absolute spanking like it was.
Because we would have pegged them back a bit more.
You go back to the away game of Man City, we only lost 3-1, so I think we tried to play our own game a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was the difference. You know, Man City want teams to sit back and defend. That's why they score in 5-6 past teams, because the teams are doing
Nick's at Watford Woody saying that we're going to turn over United like we did the other season. Jason's saying, I think a lot of people are saying that the way it stands,
they're going to be confident.
We're going to be so confident.
The confidence is sky high. I think.
Out of this game, the Man United game, I was more worried about today than out of the 2 games. Don't take this wrong way.
No.
You look at the way Tottenham had 3 wins out of 3. United,
especially when they done.
It's ironic though. Last season it was Man United then Spurs, and I was more worried about Spurs than United. Yeah. We got beaten by United 4-2, and then we got a draw with Spurs, and we should have won that game. Yeah. Because of the blatant penalty.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's we've got Spurs then United now, and I'm exactly the same. I'm more confident of beating United, which will probably come unstuck with now.
I mean, does that make you angry hearing that? Does that make you angry saying Watford fans are confident of
beer? You know,
I would be. I'll be fuming.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I would think frustration is the word I would use as a United fan at the moment. Even if because of the manner in which we've been playing this year, and the attitude of some of the players hasn't been good enough. But at the same time, it's a credit to Watford where they are. I'm not taking that away from them. And when I went to Old Trafford for a few games last year, out of all the teams I watched, I think Watford were actually one of the best sides I've seen go to Old Trafford last year. While we beat you 1-0. When Watford attacked, they actually did cause United
all
problems.
3 times we played you away.
It's been a close game,
isn't it?
What was it? 1-0, one Matter last minute free kick, and you after 2-0.
2-0. We were 2 poor mistakes.
Yeah, remember that one? Yeah, that I think the one where Matter scored last minute. Do you remember where Igalo should have passed it to Dick?
Yes,
that's still not made.
It was if those first 2 games. The last season we were so positive.
Yeah, we were so obviously because the last game it was a party for everyone. You know, we were safe.
but the positivity at Watford at the moment is what I would like,
Sky
essentially
high.
like back at United, just some positivity in the
Togetherness,
players.
When was the last
direction? This direction with us.
When was the last time we've had this much like we just
the main thing is
just sky high in a minute. What we're doing in a minute is just 4 out of 4. To win 4 out of 4 in any league is difficult. But in the top
one
flight,
thing I would say is, while the confidence is high, be careful and don't get overconfident.
I mean, we've been there for so many times now where we said, right, let's live in the moment for 2 weeks. Let's really, really big it up, enjoy it. When we settled down in 2 weeks' time against you guys, said, right, okay, back to business now. Let's look at it with an open mind and say, look, we've done great so far, but let's take
each game as it comes.
We have to. It's a cliche. People say it's a cliche. It's a reality. It's not a cliche. It's a reality check. You have to take each game.
That's how you win competition.
Well, Premier League is different every game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you have United that could beat, say, Leicester. Okay, it wasn't amazing, but beat Leicester 1 minute, and then you guys lose to Brighton. It's like us. We'll beat Spurs 1 minute. So maybe lose to Leicester or lose to Huddersfield.
It's harder to predict the Premiership now than it was 5, 10, 15, 20 years
ago. Yeah, because you knew 2 or 3
because there wasn't as money to splash around back then. That's why.
Teams are going for it now, aren't they? Teams are saying, look, let's go against these teams. Like I said, when we went to City, I thought we played really well last season against City.
Your away game.
Your away game, I thought we played really well. Gray, I thought it was one of the games I saw Gray play in that little really poor period that he had. I thought he looked sharp. He was getting in amongst. Didn't he score as well?
He scored.
It was his goal as well. He had a couple of other chances where a bit more luck on another day, possibly, because there was one hell of a save from Middleton where he had his hand on it, where he flashed it across goal. On another day, he could have put it in the right hand, or the goalkeeper's left and scored.
That's what you need to do against teams like City and
Tottenham
again today. Just go for it, because Man City, Tottenham, when we played them, they're obviously going to be the favourites, understandably so.
What he done today was hanged in there, didn't he? It was a sloppy goal, but at 1-0, you've got a chance against anyone. We all say, one good ball, we scored, and like Paul said, we were the team that like scoring.
It was a gutsy performance.
There's a question Jason's thrown out for a while ago, but he says, Danny, who was your man of the match and why?
Today?
Yeah.
I mean, Kafka's obviously because of the goal, but I'd give it to Calafiori. I thought he was incredible because I think he was the one that had the job of man-marking Kane. I think Kane was just invisible. Kane had the one header, which I was scared for a little bit.
I've got 3.
Apart from that, I mean, Holebas was. I think he's like just put on a mask and it's another man in his body. I think
he knows it's the last chance to live.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all these crosses and free kicks last season. They couldn't be the first man, and now they're getting to the man every single time. I think what's he on now? What 5, 6 assists already? He got 5 in the first game. I think
scores a world.
He got both today, both assists, and obviously he scored.
He
got both assists today. Yeah, so I think he's on 4 assists, 1 goal.
They got at least 1.
And I think. It's got to be Troy Deeney, I think. Way he carried that team in the second half.
I've got 3, but I've got the top one. I'll tell you 3. I'm actually going to say Hughes, Decore. Oh no,
See, I don't think it was Decore's best game today.
I had Cavaselli as my man of the match. Yeah. Well, 4 actually, because I Cavs was my man of the match.
All 11.
Yeah, it was an effort. But Deeney for his hold-up play, I think he ran the line superbly today.
Distracted the team in the second half.
Hughesy, with just his strength in his hold-up play, was really, really good in midfield. Decore for looking for space. I mean, sometimes it's drop of the shoulder and he's away. I thought some of his clever thinking was absolutely tremendous. His little passes and just dictating play in midfield was absolutely
Decore, okay, like I said, it wasn't best game, but when he got the ball, he seemed to know what he's doing even before he gets the ball.
I said my unsung hero today was Yamat.
Yamat,
he was good.
Yamat was good today.
Didn't get the credit a lot of people would say Cabs, because quite rightly I think Cabs was man of the match out of a team that was united and all played United, played in cohesion with each other.
Ben Davis didn't really trouble Yamat a lot today.
No, he didn't.
And I thought he would.
His effort was brilliant. I thought Yamat's effort was amazing.
Yamat, I've always had to question mark over him. Like, can he? He's very good at going and attacking, but defending is where he sort of worries me a bit. I think he's starting to show the defensive side of his game now, which is really good. Which is obviously, as a right back, that's the most important thing, defending. So,
how do you think Pereira's played so far, guys?
Well,
quiet today.
He was quiet. I wouldn't say quiet, but I think because because he was on the left midfield against it was against Trippier, and Trippier's he's a good player. Whereas other guys like Brighton and Burnley and Palace is not having that much quality, but he was okay, but. Up until now, he's probably still been our best player this season.
Well, Mick's saying a bit quiet for me today, just a bit slow to do the runs down the wing. But I think, like you said, Trippier, you knew, like last season was the same as well, and I mentioned that as well, that, Trippier and Eriksen, you knew the goal threat was never going to come from Tottenham's left. You saw it again today. It's always their right-hand side, Trippier and Eriksen. You know they're their main source of Trippier's ball deliveries. I
think he's got like 6 since he's come into Tottenham. I think he's got like 6 assists against Watford.
I've said he's a better player than Cole Walker.
Yeah, I think he is.
And people thought I was deluded. I still maintain it. He's a better right back than Cole Walker.
Yeah, probably better right back.
He's definitely, his deliveries are miles better than Cole Walker's. Cole Walker's technically a different player.
What a fullback you need. I think Trippier seems to have everything. Got amazing free kicks. He's got brilliant corners. He's quick.
Cole Walker's train is because he's quick. If he lost the yard of pace,
he didn't have the pace. If Walker didn't have the pace, like you said, he'd be in trouble.
He's out of the two. If you wanted just more of a solid defender, out of the two, Trippier every time. Trippier. I would be more worried today. I'll be less worried today if Cole Walker was right back but still playing for Tottenham. Then
he does leave a bit more space.
He's a bit like Bellerin, who's both quick but leave space behind. Trippier's very clever with that, and that's why we seen Pereira had a bit less luck today and he looked a bit more quiet. It was probably more to do with Trippier was nullifying him more than Pereira playing bad.
He did, like I said, he didn't play bad. He done a lot of donkey work today. It was a different game for him, weren't it? It was more do defensive than attacking, weren't it? Like I said, because the Trippier, held him back a bit.
Well, Graham Sturman, hello Graham, good evening. He said Kabasele last season was not consistent, but so far this season he's been outstanding. He'll be captain of Watford at some point. He's always talking to the players and encouraging.
Kabasele is probably our best defender, and I also said that Kabasele and Cathcart is our best partnership. We did miss Cathcart a lot last season. I think Kabasele, obviously Kabasele had a spell out injured, didn't he? And you could see when they to work together, he wasn't as good, but them two, I think they just complement each other so well.
Right. Predictions, guys. Give us your predictions for Man United away in 2 weeks' time. We'll talk a bit of an international away from their home at the Vicarage. There we go. You didn't let me finish, did you? So it's at the Vic. Away from their home at the Vic. Give us your predictions, guys, and we'll start talking international break as well if we can. We'll try and scrape something from there as well. Yes. We have got 40 minutes.
My honest opinion, 1-1.
But to be honest, I predict we've got our own little prediction league. I did predict 2-1 to Watford today. So.
But I've got my own. I've actually got a score named after me called the Pidge Predictor, which came out well today. So I'm going for that again.
Yeah.
Mr. Begley.
I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
I think it's going to be a lot of people saying 1-1.
Yeah.
2-1 Pitch Predictor. Bjorn, great minds think alike, mate.
2-1.
It's going to be 2-1 or 1-1. I'll go 2-1, but it's going to be one of the two. It's going to be really tight. One goal's going to be, if whoever's going to win, it's going to be 2-1.
But although I think if we get at Man United, it could be a 2-0 or a 3-0 quite easily if we get at United.
If it's an early 2-0, then it won't finish 2-1. I know it'd be, I think it'll probably be.
I just think Mourinho tactically will get it right against us. He's frustrated us. It'd be frustrating.
United, with this team the last couple of years, when its back's been to the wall and people have really started to dig at it, it always gets a result somewhere along the lines.
You never got the credit. Mourinho and Man United never got the credit for getting that 0-0 at Liverpool. And how many teams could say they kept Liverpool, shut Liverpool out away?
Everybody was saying, "Oh, it was such a boring game," but actually, it was a masterclass.
Really, a masterclass. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Because who else? How many teams did that?
It was the only game they failed to score in at home, wasn't it? It was the only game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but didn't you say that against Spurs about masterclass tactical? Was saying, so how do you get that from? And then you say something like that tactically, it was well done. It's like,
I expect Watford to get something from the game, given the run that they're on at the moment. I think United winning today was hopefully have given the players some confidence. But I also, like I said, I do think it depends on which United turns up, because we've seen 2 United.
Well, you're starting to catch
far.
up with the big teams like Watford and Chelsea and City now, and all those sort of teams there, aren't you?
They're
So
only 3 points
like
behind.
lofty heights, mate, aren't it?
So there was a thing on Facebook. You got to feel Tottenham. Can't they just take Legion to the top 4 teams? It's not often they lose to the top 4 team, is it? So they've lost to the top 4 teams, so they've got to take it, isn't they?
You can really consolidate a mid-table position if you get something.
Fighting with Arsenal for 10th place, 8th to 10th
No,
place.
you got to give that Spike Holmes a City fan again.
Oh, Spike Holmes.
Remember that twat
this
City fan? We're
guy,
above them again.
yeah, this guy was just going on about, and I said, "What, Spike? Is that short for prick?" You know,
He's a City fan.
He's a City fan.
Graham just said it's not going to be Sanchez scoring because he's pony.
No, again, he probably will.
He's going to score now, Graham.
Do you
If he scores
do you
it,
think your
Graham's
God,
gone.
Phil Jones is going to score? He probably will
If he-
now, and
if
I'm
he
going to look
scores-
like
oh,
right twat, no.
If Phil Jones scores,
Yeah, he'll put it in. He'll put it in his own net.
How many? That is the
Like-
question.
if Phil Jones scores, then
Well, he's injured again.
You go to his
so-
place, he's got a shrine of Phil Jones
Yeah.
there. It's like, paper cuttings and everything. All
Well, he's injured.
frames.
Well, he's injured again, so
Oh,
hope-
No.
Get
You
rid
won't
of
be-
Phil
you
Jones.
won't be going to the game.
Phil
then, will you?
Jones is the kind of player that he'll pass forward and the ball go backwards. He's that kind of player.
If he took the ball with him, it'd be dangerous, wouldn't
Yeah,
he?
I mean,
He'd walk around.
how can one player have about 100 facial expressions? I mean, see all his facial expressions.
No, you see the Dave or whatever, Dave or Joe, that's it, Joe.uk. You
Yeah.
see the Jamie Vardy party.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Phil Jones going, like,
That's an okay have so many facial expressions.
that man is a
Because
multiple
he's a
face
comedian.
merchant.
Yeah.
We have got
The
to get,
median of a footballer.
How many goals he concedes?
we have got to get United because they're going to be more nervous than us. They're probably going to sit back for 10 minutes, get a feel for it. We've got to hit you hard.
I mean, personally, on both seasons, I don't think Pogba's been too clever when he's come down to Vicarage Road. So he doesn't like playing on that pitch. So it really does depend which United team turns
Of
up.
course, there's still quality.
yeah.
You don't matter. There's still
Oh,
pretty
still
good.
a quality
But,
side.
Yeah,
That's
they're
what
just
I'm saying.
right. There's
But I think because Watford are on a roll at the moment, because their confidence is sky high, I think Watford will get something from the game. From my point of view, I'm hoping it is a draw and not a win. Put it this way, I'm not as confident as a United fan as I would have been a few years ago.
yeah.
Right, I'll pose out a question to you guys. Comment if you can. Right, international break coming at a good time or bad time? I think bad time now with our run.
What's my fan coming? I said to Jacob, it's come at a bad time.
But you could be a bad time for. I'll tell you what, it's probably still a bad time for you guys because you just won, and you need another one to keep the momentum up. But saying that, sometimes says it's a bad time when you're losing because you want to immediately win
Both
anyway.
sides, isn't it?
Oh, I
I
want
don't
to
think
play
it's a good
United
time for
next week.
anyone.
Nah,
I
it's
want
actually breaks.
United next
Unless
week.
you have a bad
Yeah.
injury record, I think it's the only time it's good is when you have a bad,
When they
really
get back,
shocking.
that's the
I
only time.
just think it's a stupid time to have international break.
That's
It's
what
pretty
Home
scrappy
Nations.
torn. Yeah, it's not even watching it. I'm not even
And
watching it.
but saying that, and if you win it, you get European qualification.
Something like that. Yeah.
Really?
Scotland might even qualify for
Yeah.
this one.
Really? Is that what?
Yeah, the winner. That's what they said to make it meaningful.
Yeah.
If you win this league,
You qualify for the
you qualify-
Euros.
you qualify for the Euros. So then teams will say, "Fuck it, well let's go for it." Isn't this replaced our? We still got the Euro.
We still got the qualifying as well.
Because
Yeah.
this is really confusing
It is
now.
confusing. I had to look at it.
It's another avenue into
It's
the
so they're
Euros.
not classed as friendlies, like meaningless
Oh.
games.
So basically, it's giving you a thing. The thing is, though, look at this. Look at the shit teams like Scotland and
Yeah.
Ireland and Wales.
True, it's
And,
meaningless, isn't it?
not Northern Ireland,
Well, they
Craig Kafka.
Well, they
yeah.
have
Will
got
Griggs on
it.
fire, everyone's
Yeah.
terrified. But,
Yeah.
you know,
what it actually is, it's another revenue exercise for the FA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Money making.
right, you look at the all things, you look at like Scotland's and stuff, they'll look at this and say, sod it, let's win this and then qualify for the
Yeah, they
Euros.
would. Yeah.
Because they'll just fire a free pass into, because no one else will give a toss about
How
it.
many games is it? I know we've got
I think we've got Spain and we've got Switzerland Tuesday. I think we've got to play Croatia.
Surely if we win
so-
both tournaments, they let us have a buy into the knockouts.
Yeah,
At least the semis
yeah.
minimum. You know?
Final. Just give us the trophy.
It's already won, yeah.
Wait, that one's Euro 20. It's being played all over Europe, isn't it?
We'd be playing like Hungary away and be like,
Yeah.
it's coming home, football's coming home before the tournaments.
The finals at Wembley, isn't it? Semi-final and the finals at Wembley, Euro 2020. So football's coming home, isn't it?
So it's definitely coming home.
Yeah. It should have come out in summer, but it's not going to
No,
happen.
no. Which we explained on the World Cup podcast. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Right. Okay, with Callie and Barnes night out in the on the 6th of November. Details are on the website. I think it's £30. I think it's £115 for the whole thing. dinner, meet and greet, VIP meet and greet. The tickets start at £30, guys. It's a great night out. It's the 2nd of November. We have got Callie on the show before the actual event as well, as it stands at this moment. So he will be whoring out the event as much as he can as well, quite rightly, because it should be one hell of an evening. Tells from the Vic have been told there is a few more planned, isn't they? I think you going for one?
I might go for one. Young Moobs is there tonight, isn't he?
Young Moobs is there.
Young
He's
Moobs
not
is
as
there.
young as this young man, but he's a young Moobs. In age, he's definitely younger, but he's not a young man.
Tonight, is it Neil Cox, Will Bruston,
Cook's there.
Hesse Tyler there.
Hesse can't, his family reasons. Hopefully, Hesse.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Hesse, I just love Hesse. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, even though a lot of people say we wouldn't get in our team now, that energy, you know, the guy was like, was it 30 and he ran around like a 19-year-old. Actually, brilliant player. But, right, Graham saying, signing of Foster, Ben Foster, we seem to have brought 2 players in one. Today especially, seemed to play a sweeper role. Whether a ball came over the fence, he was outside the area, came for everything. Apart from the one mistake that I'm pretty sure he must have called for it, it's been great. And then,
agree.
Can anyone tell me what 4x3 is? Watford Woody. Right. I'm going to reply.
Wood.
Yeah. I'm going to reply with no. So that's pretty much.
That's the argument done.
4x3.
No, I totally agree with Graham's comment. Foster, I think, Gomez, he's legend at Watford, what he's done and stuff, but you could see his age was catching up with Ryan. Foster's still got old, but in Foster, you know, he's got that little bit more about him. Do you know what I mean? I think distribution's he's got an incredible distribution. I think he's more commanding in the box.
I thought Pickford had one over the kick. So that's crazy, isn't it?
He's got a strange kick. He doesn't go in the air. It doesn't like go high. It kind of just goes full like that.
Sometimes he split.
Yeah, it's an amazing. It's strange but an incredible kick. I was saying to Nikhil because Nikhil's it's with us now, and I was just saying, watch his kick, and it like I said to you, it doesn't go like that. It literally goes like that, and it seems to just go old. It kind of just skims all their heads, and it always picks out Watford man.
Oh yeah, couple of times though. You sort of one time, a couple of times he's done it where he's hit one. And you think, oh god, that's going to hit one of them.
I think he's got so much pace on it, and it just goes past everyone. I think,
I was just disappointed in that mistake. I think Cab's called for it, but he's already moving forward. Once a keeper, beggars knows that being a keeper. Once you move forward, you've got to keep going.
Yeah,
if you're going to catch it, if he's called for it or not, sorry mate, get out the bloody way.
Darren Grimley said, "Hi Danny, hi Darren." How are you?
I've made my mind up. I'm going to smash you. Yeah. Get out of the way. Sorry, you've called late.
It's my area.
Yeah, it's my area. I'm going to smash into you. Sorry, you're late. I'm going to take the pressure.
Listen, that's once again is an old Sunday League training.
Yeah,
where you shout keeper, you get out of the way because you probably get your head knocked off if you get in the way. You do.
He could have probably punched that really or caught it. I think Cabs has called for it late because he's come.
I will say this.
Decore, who's the one that headed it?
Cavaselli, I think. Cavaselli, yeah.
He has improved. His confidence has come back because when he left Watford initially to go to Old Trafford, I remember watching him play. I think it was against Villa, but it was around 2009, 2010 time, and his confidence was completely shot. Every time he kicked the ball, it went into the stands. He was just he looked completely just short on confidence. But I think going to West Brom probably helped his career, and he's a completely different animal.
What I'll get you now? Because did you do max and score 4 times 3 equals 12 points?
Yeah, so we just clear this up. We did actually get Foster on loan from Man United. He signed from Stoke, I believe. Then he immediately sent him out on loan to us.
Because Tony Coton pretty much sent him to Watford because he was on the advice of Tony Coton. He was the goalkeeper coach for United, I think. Did I beat him in the box? But Ben Foster, I think, sad it is, I think he's an upgrade on Gomez, I think. He's an upgrade.
Gomez is still a legend,
isn't he? Gomez.
Yeah, but maths, we don't really care about Mick. No. That's all because I don't know what that's about.
Hence, I got an E grade at school for maths because I don't give a shit about that.
Just don't add up, does it?
No. Oh.
Sorry.
Don't encourage these jokes are just multiplying.
Don't encourage
him. Dave Quick, evening Dave. Once again, thanks for all your news and all the help.
Takeaway, to be honest. I want a takeaway.
Track that for
subtract that, It's just a big divide, I think.
Oh.
There's a big divide.
Jesus, God, it's still going on.
Got to get your pie charts out for the lads. He's already go on, Vegas.
Multiple times.
Oh, Jesus.
Nah,
You love it multiple times, yeah.
Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah.
Goals, multiple times. 2, 2 and 2. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so, yeah, just, guys, get onto YouTube. Paul Muzzy, go onto his vlogs. YouTube, like, share and subscribe. He'll have his vlog up from today. Taylor's already been on by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Go on there, see his vlogs. And he does ladies teams, he does non-league. He obviously does the Watford ones. Great watch, great listen. Get on to Paul Muzzy YouTube, like, share and subscribe. And also a big shout out once again, as always, to Ashby. Thanks for the logos, mate, and also superhero t-shirts.
It is today, it's Deanie.
Yeah. You've got even more classy one, the Ramage one. Thank you.
You always
Thank you. As you were. We've got the Magician one up there as well.
Yeah.
But honestly, get a Google Ashby St Eve. Get on there for your superhero t-shirts, gifts, and souvenirs. And you've got mates who sadly support other clubs. There's some other superhero players from their clubs as well. So get on to Jim Cook and Ashby St Eve. So big shout out to Jim Cook there, mate.
Guys, I've just started off a YouTube channel as well. I do a lot of videos, like videos from the match. I don't do vlogs or anything, so I don't do that sort of stuff. But I just do videos of the match, clips. You know, I tend to get a lot of goals. So I videoed 2 goals today. So when I go home, I'll put it all together. So go on youtube.com/Deano WFC 1881, and all the clips will be on there. So yeah, go on.
I'm going to watch your match today.
Subscribe
and laugh my head off.
I've only got about 40 subscribers, so I need my subscribers.
Yeah, so if you don't watch Match of the Day, just go on Danny Iron's channel. We don't. I think also the sweaty one who breaks windows, who hasn't got the away shirt yet.
He was still wearing that away shirt.
He still wears that red away shirt.
Even my dad, if he's still watching, he mentioned to him, it's about time you bought a new top there, because he was still wearing that today.
Oh, Aidan.
And his response was, I can't afford a new one yet.
Oh.
It's called saving up to buy one. Becky had to save up to buy one.
It's called 19 away games.
Yeah. No. Yeah, 19 away games.
He's going to kill us.
Did he actually get? He didn't get one, did he? Because he only did like 18 last season. So he didn't get no weight up.
Oh, mate, Paul Salisbury apparently did, but he was gutted because he put his hands up and said, I used it 3 times in someone else's ID.
See, Becky only did 18. She missed 1. She just missed 1 game. So she was on the first aid course, so she had to do it. It's not good enough, is it?
Don't wash with me.
And I don't even work there anymore.
He don't even work there anymore, so yeah, it starts a new job on Tuesday.
No, Merson is just reading between the lines. I suppose it's better than sniffing them.
What do you think? What do you boys think of Paul Merson predicts every week that release? He can keep predicting.
Keep predicting, mate.
Fucking
Right,
we're going to lose, mate. The more you predict release, the more we win. So if I can keep doing it,
loads of people predicted us going down. Well done, yeah.
I think every pundit, every person in football wanted. Thought we were going to go down. I'm going to hold my hands up. I said it in the summer, based on what business we did in the summer. I did think we were going to struggle this season. I hold my hands up, but I'm being proved wrong. And
I thought we finished.
I'm just being honest.
I thought.
I didn't think we were going to go down, but I just thought we were going to find it tough. We were going to find it tough.
I said we would struggle if we didn't play 2 up front.
Yeah.
But I already shouted out Defoe and Navarro signing as pivotal, and the injuries. If we had bad injuries and we played 1 up front, we would seriously struggle. That's what that was my thing. I didn't think we had the potential with a fit squad to finish in top 8. But I didn't think we were going to.
I definitely didn't think we'd have 12 points.
I got asked this question earlier by the boys. He asked me, has the ambition, are the ambitions going to change at Watford now? Now we've won our first 4 games, are they starting to change now?
Well, the expectation of it.
Or do you still think it's a case of let's just take each game as it comes?
I think it's 2 different ways you can look at it. You've got ambition and expectation. The expectation will rise, as every club will, that you would finish in a European spot. I still think now, looking at after 2 games, I thought we are the team to crack the 7. Not the 6 necessarily, but the 7.
Yeah. That could still get Europa League in it.
Yeah, United have got ambitions to
finish 8th,
be as big as Watford at the moment. But no, all seriousness, I do think that we after a couple of games we're going to be a Burnley, and it certainly strengthens my claim that I think if out of all the teams, we could at the moment we could be the team that could break in the top 6. That is as it is at the moment. My opinion will change during the season.
More than likely is going to change. Like obviously, there's going to be a point where we're going to go through a little bit of a bad run. Yeah, every team. Yeah,
of course. But then come sort of December time, my view will be could be totally different. But based on now, I do think we are the 7th club.
I do think behind the scenes with the players, like I said, Deanie earlier, we're saying to a few of the players, look lads, if we have a good go at this, we can get into Europe. It's doable. Let's take each game as it comes. Let's be professional about it. But there's no reason why you can't have that long-term outlook of let's get into Europe, but by taking each game as it comes, you know.
Well, we said that I agree with what Mr. Ray Cook said, Sir Ray, but you don't want to look back. You always look forward, but you do take the examples of the previous, like we did. We've done the Reading thing, so we've taken the examples of the previous 3 failings and got over that. We got a nice, comfortable win against Reading, and now we look at it. Oh, fantastic start, amazing start, and say, right, okay, what did we do wrong the last 3 seasons? We down tools pretty much. Okay, last season was a bit of a change because the snake had wanted to go off, but that started the downturn. The other 2 seasons we basically just down tools. Let's take the examples of those 2 and look forward. Learn from it. That's all we've got to do. If we can learn from that, we'll be a top 10 side easily. We are a top 10 side. We are definitely a top 10 side. I said that last season.
The league tag obviously is the most important thing, and obviously that doesn't show it. But
before we started last season, I said we were a top 10 side last season. I say this season we are top 10 side with the squad we've got.
At the minute, we're looking like top 6 at the minute.
Top 6 at the moment.
At the moment.
You know, minimum we should be looking at a 4th season in the Premier League. We should be looking at definitely 10th higher. Yeah. Definitely. You look at Bournemouth first season back, they finished 8th. We did 7th or 8th. Okay, it was like 2 seasons ago they finished 8th because it was a weird league, and but they still finished 8th.
They still did it. No matter what we did, that was
Was it Shankly didn't say it's a marathon, not a sprint?
Yeah.
And it's where you finish.
Yeah.
Okay, we know based during the season it was a bit of a topsy-turvy league, and even we could have finished 7th or 8th. We had a mini run, but it didn't happen, did it? No. So we've got to learn from the mistakes. I mean, pretty much.
With United each year, when we had Ferguson, he always used to say, make sure you're in touching distance of the top of the league by Christmas time. That's my aim for the first part of the season, and then provided I'm in that position, then kick off.
Yeah, because you're at the top of that roller coaster, and then if you
he's calling in Aiden.
That's the sweat
man, the sweat machine, Aiden.
I told him you were slagging him off.
Right, here we go.
He called you all some names.
Get away from those windows, Aiden.
Get away from the windows.
All right, mate. He said,
what have you been doing? He's by a train again, I think.
Seriously, mate, turn that laptop off and come back to it later.
He's with Mike.
Mike? Who's Mike?
Where's your away shirt?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. We can hear you panting, mate. I know you're talking to me, mate, but don't get that excited.
Oh, guys, just the game today, the scenes were absolutely amazing. I did not expect a 2-1 victory.
No.
No one did, mate, to be honest.
I had a peak predictor, but I didn't actually expect it.
Yeah, the pitch predictor came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it did, mate. Get your pitch predictor out, mate.
It's kind of like Chelsea at home last season. They were all over us, and then we just got 1 goal, then the next, and then we're all over them for like the past 20 minutes or so. Then the last 10 minutes was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
Yeah, it was one of those games where we got when we got the equaliser. Well, the other way around when Eden Hazard got the equaliser. When we got our equaliser, I thought, okay, we've got a draw. I didn't expect us to get a second goal, but we deserved it.
Yeah, you could tell that the equaliser was coming the way we were constantly pressing him. It's like we got our second win when Success came on. He completely changed the game for us.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Who was your man of the match?
What was that?
Who was your man of the match?
For me, my man of the match was Deanie. He worked the socks off from the first whistle to the last. But if Deanie didn't get man of the match, Success wasn't far behind for me, because when he came on, everything changed.
Yeah.
Aiden, you alright, mate?
Yeah,
right. Just a little one. Obviously, you noted how well Success did when he come on. Do you think he should take the place of Gray against United?
that's a very, very tough call because both of them are pretty much the same player. They can do the same job, but the only massive difference is Success has got more strength than Gray. So it's a very, very tough one to call, but we're gonna have to see what Avi thinks.
Yeah, he's a man made decision. So let's just wherever he goes, I'll stick by him. So
I can't really hear you that well. I can only just about hear you, but very silent.
yeah, is that alright? Is that better?
Yeah, it was a very good victory today, especially against a very, very tough side like Spurs. Yeah, they had all the possession, but we have definitely worked on our set pieces, and it was needed against a very good side like Spurs because the set pieces will be where we get our goals. But we completely shut down the Tottenham midfield, and we shut down Harry Kane. And if you do both of those things, you can beat Spurs.
Yeah, especially when we go to Stadium NK if it actually happens as well.
So 20 minutes in my house, right? 20 minutes, literally one down the motorway.
Even though we might go that one.
But
Yeah, what about away shirt?
overall, it was a good victory. That's 4 out of 4 in the Premier League now. 5 out of 5 if you count the League Cup match.
Well, it is 5 out of 5. Well, sorry, I'm taking that.
We need to keep it going.
Dino's going to get an away shirt. You going to join him?
Are you going to buy a new shirt, Aiden, at any point?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get the home shirt right before we play Fulham away.
No, away shirt.
You should have got the shirt before the.
You gotta pay me to.
You should have got the shirt before the Sampdoria game, mate. See, us fans that went to every away game, we got one for free, mate.
About saying I was at all 19 because the more I look at the away shirt, the more I hate it.
Hey, it's got the brilliant badge on it, so it's got the brilliant Watford badge on it. So I don't care if it's pink and brown.
It's got stripes as well. Apparently, of it.
I don't care, mate, if it's pink and brown. I'll still wear it. It's got the Watford badge on it. So.
I'll let you guys go on with the rest of the show because I can barely hear you guys, but I'll definitely watch the rest of it.
Oh, mate.
Alright, guys. Take care.
Yeah, and you, mate. See you later, mate.
See you later. Bye.
He's the window smasher.
Smasher and the only wearing the Watford away shirt, man.
Yeah, fair play, Aiden.
No, he's a good lad, Aiden.
He's a good crack. We'll see him at Stadium NK, hopefully. Stadium franchise, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have Becky. We're gonna have dinner in IKEA, aren't we?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Meatballs and pasta for like £4. You can't go wrong.
Family discount.
Family discount card. IKEA.
Discount.
Have you ever been there? Have you ever been to Stadium NK?
Yes, once I went for when Scott Sinclair, or Frank Sinclair as I call him, plays like Frank Sinclair. He was for the under-20s.
Under-20s.
Years ago. I went, my mate had a ticket and he said, do you want to go? This was before they put the seats up.
Oh, yeah, before the top tier was still...
Before they actually built it, properly. I don't think it's actually Stadium K.
I've been there once. Watford had him in a friendly a few years ago, 2007 it was. Yeah, we come down from the Premier League, 0-0.
Yeah.
It was boring I've ever seen in my life. I think we had Hammer Watson, Clark Carlisle, and that for Watford. It was going back a bit.
God, blimey, Clark Carlisle. That was around that Hoofoyd's era.
Yeah, it was Andy Bruford's. It was Andy Bruford's era.
Hoofoyd.
It was the year we come down from the Prem, 2006-7. It was the summer after.
But what a good side we had back then. Even with, okay, I'm not mentioning someone who's in prison.
You got to say he was a hell of a player.
He was a good player when he wasn't ringing up 16-year-olds. But Marlon King
crashing cars and beating at women and all sorts, but yeah.
King
was he was a good player. All the
he was the original Deanie before Deanie.
He was. King was unbelievable for us. I think he just natural goal scorer for us.
But he was one that came out of nothing and started banging in goals for fun because Forest wasn't going anywhere.
Forest and Gillingham Forest. Leeds. I think we signed him from Leeds. Oh no, we signed him from Forest. I think on loan for Leeds or even for something like that. That's what Bruford had him because Bruford was he was was he the youth coach or something at Leeds? So he kind of knew Marlon King. Obviously, that's why he wanted him. But yeah, Obviously, what he's done outside of football is not good, but for Watford, he was brilliant for Watford.
I know we said Adam Johnson and whatever's happened now and all this stuff, but he was one hell of a player when he played for us.
I think us going down in the 06 team was a big part of King not being fit for the majority of it. Yeah. If he'd have stayed fit, we might have stood a chance.
Yeah, because we had a goal scorer.
We were relying on Tamas Priskin and Hammer Watson to score us goals.
I'm sorry, he did.
And Will Hoskins.
Thing is that when Boothroyd did a Taylor without Hoofoyd, there's more Hoofoyd. I was trying to be a bit more respectable, but he's Hoofoyd. He tried to do like similar to what Taylor did, and not bankroll us to stay up. But we had more money back then than we had under Taylor.
I mean, let's be funny. When we went up through Taylor to Premiership, we actually went up with a
League One side.
We
did have a League One side.
We had a League One side in the Premier League,
but it still beat the likes of Chelsea.
We beat Chelsea.
Liverpool,
yeah,
it's true. Yeah,
wasn't a bad.
So okay, was it? We finished where we all knew realistically we were going to finish rock bottom, but we enjoyed it.
I'm sorry, if God can't keep us up, then we ain't got much of a chance.
No manager in the world would have kept us up with that team. Like you said,
we did better than before.
We had a League One team in the Premier League.
Everyone said, and he even had said back years ago, he says, there's always a danger you'll go back down, but he says there's never a right time to go up. You can't say you're going to do it in 2 or 3 years' time or anything.
Because every team, surely, they all want to go up, don't they? Every team wants to make the Premier League. You say Huddersfield, for example, they were, near the bottom of League 2 a few years ago. Now they're
past the baby.
It could be risky.
I'm not going to risk it.
Yeah, don't risk it. Just don't let her look at me.
Risky.
I'm not here.
She had a glance.
Yeah, she had a look.
Quite a Becky before.
Yeah, no, but that was the danger back. He said it was true then. It's true now that it's the danger of, you can go straight, but you can't. I see my mates who support other teams saying, "Oh, well, we don't really want to get promoted this year." I'm sorry, but you don't turn it down.
No.
If you get spanked, you get all the money anyway.
Yeah.
So as long as you structure it, but you'll have more money back then.
Yeah.
The relegated club gets, 100 million?
Yeah.
The champions get 150.
Not Cardiff last season. They were nobody. I think they were like 40 to 1 to get promoted. Obviously they've gone up. They haven't bought not many players, so they're probably going to go down. But
they're unlucky. Though.
I mean, they were unlucky. All the Cardiff fans, I'm sure if you ask them, would have been Championship or Prem. I'm pretty sure 99.9%.
They were unlucky against the Arse.
They were
very well, but they
scored
2 goals. What have we got next, Taylor? What's next?
Just having a look.
Sweets rule. Yeah, ladies won 2-1 today. So well done, the ladies. 2-1. So I think it was very. I think it was last minute.
Paul Town, was it?
Paul Town, I think it was. So, ladies, well done. We will get more news. We will put more exposure on them. Just remember, next week we are back on 7:30 till 9. Deano will be back. We did a bit of a Carling Cup change. We had the reserve team come in. But they're fighting for the first team places here. We've got a good squad here. So, Navarro and Shalaba. They could easily be in the first team. But Deano is back next week. With his non-league news, we'll get a bit more of the ladies' team exposed as well. So, exposure. So, and a lot of people are coming down here. You do get half price, guys, if you flash your season ticket at the gate for the ladies team. So, and it's cheap. It's a cheap day out anyway, guys. So you can go and get to see the ladies at King's Langley. Yeah, it's King's Langley. She's just confirmed this. She's got this. So she's really what's next, right? She's looking at you guys. So what's next? So guys, just remember once again, we're sponsored by Sweets for All, Unit 5, New Watford Market. Get down to Lord Terrain in the New Watford Market for all your sweet needs. And also, we're in association with WD18, the Watford Fans channel. Like, share, and subscribe to get the latest fan views, news, fan podcasts, and
everything Watford.
And get onto his YouTube channel, Deano and
WFC 1881.
That as well. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And don't watch Match of the Day. Watch his YouTube channel.
Watch
all the goals. Watch his first, and then watch it HD and BC. Yeah.
Hemel Hempstead lost yesterday, by the way. Just check. They lost against Torquay 2-0.
Yes.
Boreham Wood drew 1-1 against.
She goes, this is not on the schedule.
Boreham Wood drew against Braintree. Just so you all know. And now did St Albans do? St Albans, they beat Dartford 2-0. There's a Hertfordshire.
Go on the Saints.
Yeah, up the Saints.
Up the Tudors. Go on the Saints. Up the Tudors.
Up the Tudors.
Up the Tudors. Definitely. Yeah. So. That's a bit Moobs and Moobs is on now. He's back from hi, Aidan. Automatically translate. Oh, this is something. Yeah, he's obviously talking German, so it's automatically been translated. And Super Darren Grimley saying, "Hi, Mark. Yeah, last season we would have bottled the 2-1 to Spurs.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, we could. I mean, Aidan. Yeah, we'd been 2-1 up, but we should have won 2-1 last year anyway. I said to some of my Spurs mates that is justice for our penalty, and he says, "Well, we should have had a penalty this game." I said it wasn't as blatant as our one last season. We actually went one of the rare games we did go to, and we were on top of the rookery seeing that, and we were on the actual side where the penalty was, and it was like, really?
What chance was that to Capizali on Moore?
No,
today.
I think it could have been the Capizali
on Moore, but he didn't really say anything. Well, he didn't.
Well, I'm sorry. Why did he get like I said to you before? Why did he get a free kick for that barge?
I don't know.
Seriously,
it's all like justice. When we played Tottenham and the Flores at home, when Son was about 10 yards offside. Squad, remember that? That was what that 2-1. Jesus God, yeah. So really, it's justice, isn't it? Yeah. I was just looking. Oh my God. Yeah, it was actually justice. So it's just so good to finally beat Tottenham. I've never seen us beat Tottenham. I've never ever seen us beat Tottenham.
Like I say, it was one of those things in the back of my mind. Said we're going to get another goal here. I didn't think we would. It's just that feeling. You get a feeling sometimes, don't you? We would get another goal here.
Yeah, we were well on top, weren't we?
We were on top. As soon as the young goal went in, we were the only team that looked
right. And I'd bash him if we do him wrong, but fair play to Gracia. Hats off to Gracia. I know the team, it's a lot of the team have got to get the plaudits, but Gracia would be the first one to get stick.
Yeah, well, I was saying to Paul, why did it take an hour for us to finally get aggressive and get in their face? Because there was none of that. For an hour, it's like, you have the ball, your turn, you pass it in.
I think if that own goal didn't go in, I think it probably wouldn't have ended up 0-0.
Yeah,
I think probably right. If that own goal didn't happen, that kind of spurred us on. Come on, lads.
The thing is, though, what we always say, okay, it's happened today, fantastic, we won, but we can't keep doing that.
Because against a better team, well, not some better team, but against other teams, we do that. It cost us, but luckily Spurs didn't take their chances. Similar to the Palace game last week, Palace didn't take their chances.
Well, Moobs is just at the interval at Tales from the Vic. He said the atmosphere is electric here tonight.
But it is.
Well, Moobdino's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it's electric, because Moobdino's there.
1984 was the last time we beat Spurs in the league. 1996 in the cup.
Oh yeah, that didn't count. That was over Africa, wasn't it? So
no, it wasn't actually 1996 in the cup, mate. It was 1994. It was 94 because I went to that game as well.
Was that the home game?
No, the home game we lost 6-2.
The away game we won, didn't we?
We won 3-2 because Nogan scored the last goal. It was behind the goal. You see the video? It's me at the front standing. We 1994 we won that.
It was 30 years ago that Watford last won the first four games.
There we go. It's a stand there, mate.
It's not often we win the first game in the Prem, let alone the first four.
Is it? I think it's the first.
It was the first time we won first
Premier League in the Premier
League. But because remember in the year we went up to Division 1, didn't we win our first three and then we drew the next one or first two?
Beat Everton the first game, wasn't it? Everton, when likes of Pat Rice was in our turf.
Your era, mate, not mine.
My era.
My era. I just know for Google, mate.
Pat Rice, Bliss it.
I just know for Google, mate.
Yeah, get your Google out, mate.
Yeah.
Nice Google. All right, guys. So thank you very much, guys. Mr. Biggers, you've lasted the full hour and a half, the 90 minutes. It's lasted 90 minutes. So you're back for the next game, mate. So you're fit enough for 90 minutes, mate. So and you're still young as well. So that's good. All right, guys. So thank you very much, guys. Remember, tell Moobs this Milkman. Tell anyone who's a Watford fan, get them onto our forum. Just remember, he's not happy until we get 2,000. But I'll let him cry over that next week. Next week we'll only be probably on for an hour because it's an national break. So we will be scraping the barrel for news. But we'll be on here. Like Alan Partridge says, news. So we'll be scraping. Yeah, you know it, mate. Scraping the barrel for them. But yeah, just keep adding people. Just tell them if they get on there. It's just 3 really, really simple questions. Add them on there. We will be checking, see if they're Watford fans, but 9 times out of 10 we'll let you on anyway. So just keep sharing. Quick one from Dave Crick. Great comeback today on the anniversary of probably our greatest comeback, 7-1 Southampton. Danny Iron's whoring himself out with the links. So yeah, just make sure you get onto Danny Iron, WFC 1881. Yeah. So right, it's good enough for him.
Good enough for me.
Yeah.
It's good enough for him as well.
It's good enough for me.
Yay, right, okay. And press the button, yeah.
Be
Go on.
careful.
That's it, just one. So.
Did it?
Oh,
I'll do it.
So you run.
Oh, how many men does it take?
Oh, don't worry, I've done it in all bit.
So there we got ends it.
No, you want that? You
Bye.
want that script?